We'll start with the Western Conference.
Yes.
Something, nothing,
or everything.
And what are we going to start with, of course?
Oh, I
Jimmy
know.
Butler. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. He was excused from media day. Woj reporting Tom Thibodeau met with Butler again in the hopes of swaying him to stay in Minnesota. And again, Jimmy didn't budge. Woj also reports teams are bypassing Tibbs and Wolves GM Scott Layden, going straight to the owner, Glen Taylor. And then they have to go back to Tibbs and Layden. And Tibbs said publicly at the press deals yesterday, he said, well, maybe the teams that don't feel like we're answering them, they're just not making good deals, which could be true. Or also it could just be total chaos in the Wolves organization. Is this something, nothing, or everything?
It's something, but I have to say that while this is playing out publicly, which is not ideal for the Wolves, to say the least, amongst many things that are not ideal, owners get involved in trade stuff all the time.
Sure.
It's not something that doesn't happen. That said, it's not the way you typically want to run your business, especially when everybody knows that that's not what your president wants to do.
Did you take an understatement pill before this segment?
Well, I'm just trying to protect myself.
I think it's everything because you're dealing with your star player. I love the fact that the owner stepped in. I wouldn't want to pay somebody all that money and you don't want to play for my organization. So I love the fact that he stepped in, but I understand it from the owner's side and Jimmy Butler's side, and I think they need to get it done.
And you know what it's like to demand a trade from an organization.
Yes.
And what happened?
Yes.
You got traded.
Yes.
When the talent demands a trade, you usually get traded. When the owner says that you're going to get traded, you're going to get traded.
You're definitely getting traded.
And again, the difference here, Jimmy only has a year on his deal. I mean, this is kind of like Kawhi, who had the 1 year before he would be able to opt into a different situation. And that is when the teams really are hamstrung and have to give the guy the trade. Not so with the Kyrie situation with the Cavs a year ago, but we're not going to revisit that again. I do want to say, though, seriously, we talk about, like, what was that old show, Unsolved Mysteries, right?
It's not that old. Jeez, you're making me sound old.
One of the unsolved mysteries I want a big book or a 30 for 30 on is what happened with the Spurs and Kawhi last year. I am going to want the explanation at some point of what happened with the Wolves and Jimmy this summer, because the timing of this is so strange. It's not to Jimmy's advantage, right, that he asked for this trade 3 or 4 days before training camp opened. So I feel like there has to be more to the story of why we got here.
There is some more to the story, Rachel, that Jimmy wanted the Wolves to do deals that would create cap space that they could give him an extension and a raise now. But in all honesty, that wouldn't behoove the Wolves to do that. The fact that they didn't do that shouldn't have been a surprise to him. And so when they didn't do it, that's what triggered his trade out. But I would have thought that he would have known that was coming earlier than that.
There's got to be more to this.
That's true, but that's all I have to offer.
But no, but that is certainly a good explanation. I mean, that solves part of it. I just feel like there's going to be the whole 30 for 30 with Tibbs, Jimmy, and
a big part with Jimmy though, he want to win. He want to be in a situation where he want to win. He don't want to be in a situation where he playing with guys that he don't feel like giving everything that he's giving to the game. We all see how he works every summer. We all see he gets better every year. Last year he came back from a surgery that most guys missed the rest of the season about for. So he want to be in a situation where he playing with the same guys that think like him and want to win like him. And I don't blame him. You're making a lot of money. You should want to win.
So not an unsolved mystery. Thank you. See, we've just done the first episode.